Rick, what did you guys do today? Film? Did you do anything on the floor?
What's that?
What did you guys do today as a team? Anything on the floor? Was it all film?
We did the things that we need to do to get ready for tomorrow.
When you talk about every game being harder than the previous one from a playoff perspective, is that just because of a series changing dynamics? Is that because of opposing team desperation? What to you makes it that the case, that there's that escalation?
It's just competition at the highest level. And this, one team wins, one team loses. The losing team always going to come back harder. Each game is going to have different characteristics, different stuff going on. Maintaining the edge is a challenge.
How much have you seen this group sort of apply lessons that it went through last year, basically in New York? Obviously, you had a 3-1 lead going into Milwaukee last year, saw what that experience was like to go and to try to close somebody out in Game 5 at their place. What kind of lessons do you think you guys take from that circumstance?
Yeah, I mean, it's all cumulative, and it's all experience. It's not the where, it's the how. We've got to approach things in a way that gives us the best chance to do the things we need to do, which is to play hard, to play together, to play unselfish, to take care of the ball, to rebound better, those kinds of things. So we have a very good idea of the kind of environment it's going to be tomorrow, the kind of desperation. They'll play their best game, and we've got to be ready, and it's going to be extremely difficult.
Rick, I know you said yesterday this is far from over. Is that something that you were really kind of stressing the guys here? Because we know every game is different from Friday to Sunday, and just the fact that
I don't remember saying anything about anything being over at all. We're staying in the present as much as we can. It's a 7-game series. There's 3 more games in the series, and so we got to approach Game 5 the right way. We got to expect a loud, raucous building. We're gonna have some disagreements with officials and all that kind of stuff, and so will Cleveland. But that's all part of it. That's all part of it.
Tactically, obviously, when you guys kind of bust up the 3-2 zone the way that you do, I imagine you have to expect that there's going to be a pretty dramatic counter on that end. I mean, how is this another one of those games where you look at it, you have to prepare for absolutely any possible change as far as tactics are concerned?
Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of this is the attitude you take into a game, and the attitude you take when you're attacking a certain kind of defense or a certain kind of strategy. There are things that supersede strategy. One is possession of the ball. I mean, we rebound the ball better. The game's going to flow better for us. So we did a better job last night, and it helped. They're going to put a lot of pressure on us on the boards in Game 5. We've got to, continue to work at being better each game. And just move from there. But it's whistle to whistle, timeout to timeout. Review to review. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on all the time. We've got to navigate through all of it.
What kind of lessons can be learned not only in this series but other series? The wild swings between one game to the next, and as you said, you're just worried about the next game. The previous one doesn't really apply.
Yeah, it's normal operating procedure in the playoffs. It's just it's very unpredictable. It's very wild. The emotions are very high, and so got to maintain as best you can. You got to maintain an even temperament. But with a really important eye and focus on the things necessary for each individual guy to do to help our team function the best. So that's really what it's about.
Rick, you guys have worked hard to get into 3-1. You won there, third place twice. What is the level of sense of urgency to try to find a way to get it done here on Tuesday night?
We got a flight at 3:30. And I'm looking forward to clearing security at 3:30, and before 3:30, so I don't get fined. And we'll get on the plane, and we'll try to stay in the moment as best we can. Talking about results-oriented things is foolish for us. You know, we've got to really maintain our focus on the process, and it's a difficult process. You know, playoff series, very difficult. I mean, you know, after the first 2 games, it seemed like everything was great, and then you get smashed. I mean, not smashed, obliterated. You know, and so we bounced back well, and so, you know, now they're going to try to smash us again, and so we've got to be ready. We've got to stand strong and stand together and do our best to play our game well.